talking as silently as possible. Hello everybody, and I am Echo19 here. As you can see, we're back into the landscapes of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to be making a character for my friend's campaign in this game. So let's just delve in this wondrous character creation together. Alright, character showcasing off right now. We got my paladin. I named after my gamertag, and I also have a dwarven level 6 fighter, which I named after the Lord of the Rings character, Gimli. Oh, and I have a wizard. Oh. Troy Everstar. I don't remember making that. Guess I don't have... I'll delete him. Start a new character off. Right now, I have a total of... Okay, so right off the bat, it chose Tiefling. Tieflings, to be greeted with stares and whispers, to suffer violence and insult on the street, to see mistrust and fear in every eye. This is the lot of the Tiefling, or Tiefling. And to twist the knife, Tieflings know that this is because a pact struck generations ago and fused the essence of it. Asmodeus, overlord of the Nine Hells, into their bloodline. Pretty aggressive. As you can see, he's a type of humanoid devil. So the ability scores increase with +2 charisma and 1 to intelligence. They have hellish resistance and hellish rebuke and darkness. With that in mind, well, let's take a look at the other. Let me put it back on my wizard real fast. I'll get back to that. The dwarf. Actually, yeah, sure. I'll just leave it like that. Bold and hardy dwarves are known as skilled warriors, miners, and workers of stone and metal. Though they stand well under 5 feet tall, dwarves are so broad and compact that they can weigh as much as a human standing nearly 2 feet taller. Their courage and endurance are also easily a match for any of the larger folk. Now, dwarves, there's more than just one dwarf. In 5th edition, there is the Hill Dwarf and the Mountain Dwarf. But this has the Gold Dwarf. As a Gold Dwarf, you have keen senses, deep intuition, and remarkable resilience. Your ability scores for this is +2 Constitution and +1 to Wisdom. Damage resistance is poison, racial bonus, dwarven toughness, and proficiencies are great axes and hand axes. Now, Shield Dwarf. As a Shield Dwarf, you are strong and hardy, accustomed to a difficult life in rugged terrain. You get +2 to Constitution and +2 to Strength, resistance to poison, of course. Proficiencies, you have Battle Axe, Hand Axe, Light and Medium Armors. And that's it for that. Elf. Elves are a magical people of otherworldly grace, living in the world but not entirely part of it. They live in places of ethereal beauty in the midst of ancient forests or in silvery spires glittering with fairy light, where soft music drifts through the air and gentle fragrance waft on the breeze. Elves love nature and magic, art and artistry, magic and poetry, and the good things of the world. There are multiple forms of elf in this game, just like how in the 5th edition book, you got High Elf, Wood Elf, and of course the Drow. Here we have Moon Elf. As a Moon Elf, you are generally more common and more friendly than your Sun Elf cousins, and are normally encountered among humans and other races. Ability scores increase, including 2 +2 to Dexterity, +1 to Intelligence. A status immunity, you are immune to Sleep. Racial bonus, Search. Proficiencies, Longsword, Short Bow, and Longbow. The Sun Elf. Basically the same ability traits. As a Sun Elf, you are known as being hiding and reclusive, believing yourself to be superior to non-elves and even other elves. Wood Elf. This is different. As a Wood Elf, you have keen senses, intuition, and your fleet feet carry you quickly and stealthy through your native forests. Now this is good for a Ranger class. As D&D lore goes, as a Wood Elf, you have the ability of having not a speed of 30, but a speed of 35. I have 5 characters in account. But let us continue. Of course, the 2 to Dexterity and 1 to Wisdom. Immunity, Sleep, Search, Mask of the Wild is new. Fleet of Foot. And again, your proficiencies are Longsword, Short Sword, Short Bow, and Long Bow. And the Drow. While the Drow are hated and feared among the surface dwellers, individual Drow are free to choose their own path. Or so the demon goddess Loth would have them believe. As a Drow on the surface, you are a rare and elusive creature, and none but you can decide whether you will find your way or walk the twisting webs of Leolof's will. Completely different stuff. +2 to Dexterity, but +1 to Charisma. Again, you're immune to Sleep. Racial bonuses include Search, Fairy Fire, and Darkness. Proficiencies have changed. Rapier, of course, the Short Sword, and of course now known as Light Bow. And that's it for the elves. Half Elf. Walking 2 worlds, but truly belonging to neither. Half elves combine what some say are the best qualities of their elf and human parents: human curiosity, intuitives, and ambition, tempered by the refined senses, love of nature, and artistic taste of the elves. There is no sub-race. You get +2 to Charisma and 2 points to apply. You get immunity to Sleep, and you get +2 skill points as the ratio. Halfling, the small fries. Basically, there are 2 different types of halflings in 5th edition, of course. The Stout Halfling and Lightfoot Halfling. Well, this is Strongheart, but this is accurate. Alright, the comforts of home are the goals of most halflings' lives. A place to settle in, peace and quiet, far from marauding monsters and clashing armies, a blazing fire and a generous meal, fine drink and fine conversation. Though some halflings live out their days in remote agricultural communities, others form nomadic bands that travel constantly, lured by the open road and wide horizon to discover the wonders of the new lands and peoples. But even these wanderers love peace, food, hearth, and home. Though home might be a wagon jolting along a dirt road or a raft floating downriver. Now, Lightfoot Halflings. As a Lightfoot Halfling, you can easily hide from notice, even using other people as cover. They're inclined to be fadeable and along well with others. +2 to Dexterity, +1 to Charisma, and racial bonus is naturally stealthy. Strongheart Halfling. As a Strongheart Halfling, you're harder than average and have some resistance to poison, but some say that Stronghearts have dwarven blood. Ability scores include +2 to Dexterity and +1 to Constitution. and damage resistance is poison, along with the racial bonus stout resilience. And that is it for that. The human. With their penchant for migration and conquest, humans are more physically diverse than any common race. As a human adventurer, you are one of the most daring and ambitious members of a daring and ambitious race. You are adaptable and have a variety of strengths, able to take on any task that comes before you. You get an ability score to everything. So all your ability scores go up by 1. Human variant. As a human adventurer, well, of course, as a human adventurer, you are among the most adaptable and ambitious people among the common races. Humans have wildly diverse tastes, morals, and customs in the many different lands where they have settled. This includes the ability scores 3 points to apply maximum 2 in a score, and plus 2 points. And that is it for that. And that is it for the races. Now let's take a look and see what class. Actually, I'm gonna be a wood elf. A paladin, a holy warrior bound to a sacred oath. Armor proficiencies include cloth, light, medium, and heavy, and shields. Basically, all armor and shields, and all weapons. The saving proficiencies are wisdom and charisma. The ranger, a warrior who uses martial prowess and nature magic to combat threats on the edges of civilization. Proficiencies include cloth, light, medium armors, and shields. All weapons of both simple and martial, and strength and dexterity is your saving proficiency phase. The warlock, an arcane caster with some knowledge of hand-to-hand combat driven by a need for knowledge and power. They do not have much, but they're proficient in simple weapons. Their proficiency bonuses include wisdom and charisma, and they are also good with cloth and light armors. And they have esteemed magic. The fighter, a master of martial combat, skilled with a variety of weapons and armor. This includes all armor and shields, all weapons, and strength and constitution is your saving throws, as people would like to say it. The cleric, a priestly champion who wields divine magic in the service of a higher power. Cloth, light, medium armors with shields and simple weapons. Wisdom and charisma are your saving throws. Rogue, a scoundrel who uses stealth and trickery to overcome obstacles and enemies. Cloth and light armors, simple weapons, light crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. Saving proficiencies are dexterity and intelligence. And of course, the wizard, which was the first one. A scholarly magic user capable of manipulating the structures of reality. Cloth, he's proficient in daggers, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows, and intelligence and wisdom are the same. So we got that covered. Let's go ahead and make that ranger. There we go. We'll work on his appearance after, but right now we must choose a background. Basically, a background gives you some additional bonuses to your character. In D&D 5th edition, some of these are on there, but some are not, I think. We are on Gladiator. A gladiator is as an entertainer as any minstrel or circus performer, trained to make the arts of combat into a spectacle the crowd can enjoy. This kind of flashy combat is your entertainer routine. Through you might also have some skills as a tumbler or actor. Choosing this background grants the following bonuses. You start off with 15 gold, you get +1 to your strength. passive bonus, 50% bonus experience from defeating beasts, 1 hit, +1 to hit and damage versus beasts. Guild Artisan. You are a member of an artisan's guild, skilled in a particular field and closely associated with other artisans. You are a well-established part of the, merchant world, freed by talent and wealth from the consortants of the feudal social order. You honed your skills as an apprentice to a master artisan under the censorship of your guild until you became a master in your own right. The following bonuses to this is 15 gold, +1 to intelligence, starting items, healing potion of 5, scroll summon monster 3, scroll of cone of cold, and thunderstones, 2 thunderstones. Guild Merchant. I don't know why there's a guild artisan and a guild merchant, but that's how they did it. Alright. You belong to a guild of traders, caravan masters, and shopkeepers. You earn a living by buying and selling the works of others or the raw materials artisans need to practice their craft. Your guild might be a large merchant consortium or family with interests across the region. Perhaps you transported goods from one place to another by ship, wagon, or caravan, or bought them from traveling traders and sold them in your own little shop. In some ways, the traveling merchant's life lends itself to adventure far more than the life of an artisan. Choosing this background grants the following bonuses: 50 gold to start with, +1 to wisdom, 5 healing potions, oil of sharpness, potion of hill giant strength, and 2 healer kits. The Hermit. You live in seclusion, either in a sheltered community as a monastery or entirely alone. For a formative part of your life, in your time apart from the clamor of society, you found quite quiet solitude and perhaps some of the answers you were looking for. The background grants the following bonuses of 5 gold, +1 to wisdom, +2 to radiant, necrotic, and psychic damage dealt, and -2 radiant, necrotic, and psychic damage taken. So this is good to reduce damage by any spellcaster who does radiant, necrotic, or psychic damage. The Knight. A knighthood is among the lowest noble titles in most societies, but it can be a path to higher status. As an emblem of chivalry and the ideals of courtly love, you might include among your equipment a banner or other token from a noble lord or lady to whom you have given your heart, in a chest sort of devotion. You start with gold, 25 pieces of gold, +1 to strength, and +1 to physical damage dealt. A noble. You understand wealth, power, and privilege. You carry a noble title, and your family owns land, collects taxes, and wields significant political influence. You might be pampered aristocrat unfamiliar with work or discomfort, a former merchant just elevated to nobility, or a disinherited scoundrel with a... these are 2 big words. Disproportionate or disproportionate sense of entitlement. Sorry if I did that. I have a hard time spelling long words. Or you could be an honest, hard-working landowner who cares deeply about the people who live and work on your land, keenly aware of your responsibility to them. Now, this is the class that starts you off with the highest gold. but I will not be doing it because it's not what a ranger should be. But it starts with 800 gold pieces, some wine, 3 cases of brandy, and 2 loaves of cherry bread. The Outlander. You grew up in the wilds, far from civilization and the comforts of town and technology. Wait, what? Technology? This is about what? I'm so confused. Now they said something about technology. I'm like, what? How can you... Contracts. Ew. You've witnessed the migration of herds larger than forests, survived weather more extreme than any city dweller could comprehend, and enjoyed the solitude of being the only thinking creature for miles in any direction. The wilds are in your blood. Rather, you were a nomad, an explorer, a recluse, a hunter-gatherer, or even a marauder. Even in places where you don't know the specific features of the terrain, you know the ways of the wild. You start with 10 gold, plus 1 to Constitution, and -2 to all physical damage taken. Oh, they have more. Okay, so pirate. You spent your youth under the sway of a dread pirate, a ruthless cutthroat who taught you how to survive in a world of sharks and savages. You've indulged in lunacy on the high seas and sent more than one deserving soul to a rainy grave. Fear and bloodshed are no strangers to you, and you have gathered a somewhat unsavory reputation in many a port town. Background starts off with 15 gold, plus 1 to dexterity, -1 to thunder, lightning, and cold damage taken. Sage. You spent years learning the lore of the multiverse. You scoured manuscripts, studied scrolls, and listened to the greatest experts on the subjects that interest you. Your efforts have made you a master in your fields of study. You start with 10 gold, plus 1 to intelligence, plus 1 to fire, cold, lightning, force, psychic, and thunder damage dealt. Sailor. You sailed on a sea-going vessel for years. In that time, you faced down mighty storms, monsters of the deep, and those who wanted to sink your craft to the bottomless depths. Your first love is the distant line of the horizon, but the time has come to try your hand at something new. So, this is actually a complete opposite of pirate. Is it? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, wait. No, it is. Only difference is the gold and the plus +1 to a different ability score. 10 gold, plus 1 to Constitution, but -1 to thunder, lightning, and cold damage taken. Soldier. Oh, jeez. I forgot how many there were. There wasn't that many in the 5th edition handbook. If anyone is watching this and is interested in D&D, if you guys have a group that I can be part of, that you guys can have Skype on, please let me know. Put it in the comment. I would love to do that. I have so many options here. Alright, so back to this. War has been your life for as long as you care to remember. You trained as a youth, studied the use of weapons and armor, learned basic survival techniques, including how to stay alive on the battlefield. You might have been part of a standing national army or a mercenary company, or perhaps a member of the local militia who rose to prominence during a recent war. You start with 10 gold, plus 1 to strength, plus 1 to physical damage dealt, and starting items include 2 healing potions. Spy. Although your capabilities are not much different from those of a burglar or smuggler, you learned and practiced them in a very different context. As an espionage agent, you might have been an officially sanctioned agent of the crown, or perhaps you sold the secrets you uncovered to the highest bidder. Plus 50 to gold, plus 1 to dexterity, and the passive is different. Plus 10 to gold found. Urchin. Good lord, there was a lot. Oh, this one's completely different. Plus 10 to move speed. Alright, you grew up on the streets alone, orphaned and poor. You had no one to watch over you or to provide for you. So you learned to provide for yourself. You fought fiercely over food and kept a constant watch out for other desperate souls who might steal from you. You slept on rooftops and in alleyways exposed to the elements, and endured sickness without the advantage of medicine or a place to recuperate. You survived despite all odds, and did so through cunning, strength, speed, or some combination of each. Gold, 5, plus 1 to dexterity, and plus 10 move speed. Ah yes, the accolade. Oh, I missed a lot, actually. Alright, let's do this. I know I have been talking for a while, and that is because I am really working on this. It's definitely gonna be a Wood Elf Ranger with Outlander, but I just want to go over everything. That way people can understand what's going on. And I am doing this to also increase my abilities to actually speak English that well. Because there are some videos I have made where I do not speak and just go completely nuts. And I also have autism, so it works with trying to help me out with that. You have spent your life in the service of a temple to a specific god or pantheon of gods. You act as an intermediary between the realm of the holy and the mortal world, performing sacred rites and offering sacrifices in order to conduct worshippers into the presence of the divine. You are not necessarily a cleric. Performing sacred rites is not the same thing as channeling divine power. Choosing this background grants the following bonuses: 15 gold, plus 1 to wisdom, plus 3 to all healing given. Oh, that's a lot of healing stuff. 2 scrolls of restoration and a scroll of shatter. Charlatan, you have always had a way with people. You know what makes them tick. You can tease out their hearts, desires. After a few minutes of conversation, and with a few leading questions, you can read them like they were a children's books. It's a useful talent, and one that you perfectly willing to use for your advantage. You start with plus 15 gold, plus 1 charisma, and plus 2 to wisdom and charisma saves. The criminal. You are an experienced criminal with history of breaking the law. You have spent a lot of time among other criminals and still have contacts within the criminal underworld. You're far closer than most people to the world of murder, theft, and violence that pervades the underbelly of civilization, and you have survived up to this point. By blunting the rules and regulations of society, you start with 50 gold, plus 1 to dexterity, and plus 2 to luck bond. Entertainer. You thrive in the front of an audience. You know how to entrance them, entertain them, and even inspire them. Your poetics can stir the hearts of those who hear you, awakening grief or joy, laughter or anger. Your music raises their spirits or captures their sorrow. Your dance steps captivate. Your humor cuts to the quick Whatever techniques you use, your art is your life. You get 15 gold, plus 1 to charisma, and nearby allies heal for 1 hit point every 10 seconds. Damn! Folk hero. You come from a humble social rank, but you are destined for souls. You to stand against the tyrants and monsters that threaten the common folk everywhere. You get gold of 10, plus 1 charisma, and excuse me, man. Oh man. Plus 1 to physical damage dealt. And that's it for that. Alright. Gonna go to Outlander here. Alright, yeah, Outlander. Alright, with that being said, let's go to appearance. Okay, that's it for his appearance. I would say we should give him the longbow, because why not? Armor. Looking good so far for an Outlander. Stats. Alright, Ranger. Rangers focus their combat training on techniques that are particularly useful against their favorite foes. Thanks to their familiarity with the wilds, Rangers can also cast spells that harness nature's power. When making a ranger, focus on dexterity for physical abilities and wisdom for spell casting. Alright, so got 27. Seems legit. Alright, abilities. Okay, we got our ability. We got our 3 main attributes. We got, well, powers. Hide in plain sight, which is basically camouflage with stealth. Ranger's companion. I can summon a. It summons a wolf companion to assist in battle and slow down enemy attacks. We also have. Oh. Is that really it? Oh, I messed up then. Oh yeah, because I got that passive ability. I got this passive ability right here. Long Strider. Basically, it gives me 20% more movement speed. I should have did that because that would be good. But I'll have to do that when I level up this character. Now we can move on to summary.
Greetings! Aye.
Well, I'll just do neutral. Sylvanas Street Father, which is good because Ranger. After I come up with well, actually I need to find out what campaign he's trying to do. You guys will only hear my voice. And we're back. Well, I don't have a favorite enemy at this point, but best chances are it's probably going to be I'll just say it's Monstrosity. If not, I'll just say I'm dead. Alright, let's go with Strider. Strider Longshot. Seems appropriate. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a Wood Elf Ranger neutral, and he does pray a deity, and his deity is Sylvanas. That is it. Strider is finally been made. Let's go over the characters one more time. We have Strider Longshot, level 1 Ranger. We have Ekwolf 19, my main character, who is a level 7 Paladin. Gimli, the level 6 Fighter Dwarf. And that is it for this video. I hope all of you like this, and if you want more of this D&D related stuff, please notify me on YouTube with a comment. If you enjoyed this tutorial of D&D's very own Sword Coast Legends, which is more D&D like than Neverwinter, but I do play Neverwinter, and I have not finished the game with the character, but it's long since overdue, and I deleted that character anyway. He will be missed entirely. But if you want to see more D&D related stuff on this channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Ekwolf19. If you want to see all things WWE, you will find my friend Sebastian Cross under my subscriptions. Add him on your list. Like, comment, and subscribe to his channels. And if you want more creativity and randomness from my cousin Comrade2261, please go under him on my subscriptions, follow him, like, comment, and subscribe to Comrade2261. This is Ekwolf19, and I am happy to do this. I didn't go through it last time I did it around, but hey, it's happening now. So I will see you all next time, and if you're wondering why I did this, it is because my friend, like I said in the description, my friend is doing a D&D campaign in this game. I said this in the beginning of the video, but what the hell? This is Ekwolf19, and I hope everyone has a good night.